Hey folks, hello and welcome back to the Marketing and Business Show. Guys, I hope you're all doing, as always, doing well. I'm doing well. It stopped raining for once, so that is good. Alex, how are you keeping?
Good, mate. Spring has sprung over here. It's getting a little bit warmer, which is nice. First time ever seeing the sun for the last 6 months. Which is quite nice. And I'm actually sat in my camper van right now. It's like a nice little recording studio, I can tell. I guess. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's nice to have a change, isn't it?
Yeah, I do like a change of scenery. I do like doing podcasts as well, like somewhere I'm on my own, it's a bit quieter and stuff. I'm just going to shut the door on the van actually, just so it's a little bit quieter. There we go. Cool. There, it's a bit darker. But
brilliant.
We'll deal with it.
So, anyways, that's perfect. It's perfect, Alex. So, anyways, life has been good, has it?
Yeah, life has been good. Busy as usual. Pretty much the same intro we have with every single podcast.
Yeah. Why change it? It works, doesn't it? But
yeah.
Folks, I hope everyone's enjoying listening back at home. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode where we kind of talked about kind of the grass isn't always greener far away. That big realization for myself and for Alex, and kind of just, double down on what you know, kind of. And it's nearly always staring you right in the face. And that's actually what this podcast is kind of about, because we want to just come on. We just want to chat really a bit more in detail about what we're doing with, actually, I'm going to introduce everyone to it. It's a product launch ninja. It's a brand name we came up with about 2 years ago. I'd say it's probably 2 years ago now, and where we started helping people with Amazon, because that's what we knew. And for different reasons, we kind of, we elaborate on other podcasts, we kind of stopped that. But we never stopped helping people with Amazon. And it was actually true, as Alex mentioned on the previous podcast, just about me making TikToks. We started to get people engaging and just asking us for help in this. And that was kind of that was a big moment for us, because we're kind of hold on, we're not knocking on people's doors. People are coming to us. And that was pretty mad. I think that's such an easier business standpoint to be in. It's nearly you just put what you have out there and people come to you instead of you having to go to them. I think 80% of the work is nearly done when people come to you. So people started coming to us and started asking about Amazon, and we started just putting together a bit of a community of people that are interested in bringing in their own private label products, just like what we're doing. And we have been doing, and I never stopped doing it. And Alex has always been selling as well, and it's kind of it's something that I always liked, but just through COVID with shipping prices, it became nearly impossible. You need to put a huge sum of money in for just one order, whereas now that's gone, so we can get back to actually, I don't want to say business as usual, but just back to selling products much more straightforward. So we're pretty excited about the future. Alex, do you want to just sort of dive in there and kind of fill the folks in at home and kind of what the future is and what we're looking to do, and kind of what your thoughts are?
Yeah, I think it's probably worth chatting a little bit about Amazon to start with anyway, before we get into what we've been doing the last few years.
Yeah, definitely, actually, 100%, yeah.
So, me and Peter actually met through a mutual mentor who had an online coaching program that taught people how to start and grow Amazon businesses. So kind of naturally led us both down the same path of starting our own private label Amazon business, bringing our own products in, realizing how cool the business model was, and just going from there. And if you're not familiar with Amazon FBA, the private label way of doing things, is basically where you find products that are already selling on Amazon. So they've got proven high demand, but we look for products that have got kind of low competition. So there's not too many people selling that similar product or similar functioning product. And there are ways for us to come in and find ways to improve that product. And then once we have some product opportunities, we then go and source that product from probably somewhere in China, get the product sent over straight into Amazon. Obviously, as soon as the product sells, Amazon picks, packs, and sends the product to the customer, and then you get paid. And you can do all this without even touching the product. So obviously, you would order a product to start with as a sample to make sure everything is sweet. And then after that, if you so wish, you don't actually have to touch the product. You can send them directly to a fulfillment center, and Amazon literally deals with everything for you, even customer support and everything. So it's really cool. And yeah, I guess the passivity of it is kind of like something that draws me to it. I mean, I don't really like the word passive. I feel it's been a bit overused. I feel it's been a bit overused because there is upfront work in any business, and same for this. So your upfront work in this is going out and doing the product research and finding stuff. But once you've done that front-loaded work and you have product opportunities and they're selling, you know, it does make money while you're sleeping. Like, I mean, we've got products that sell globally, so
100%.
not just in the UK. We've got products that sell in Europe, North America, Australia. So obviously, when you're asleep, then the US market is making sales, and the Australian market is making sales, and obviously throughout the day, the UK and European markets are making sales. So it's kind of cool.
It's absolutely cool. And what's cooler is like one of those products which you find can actually be sold sometimes in all those marketplaces. So, you know, you can just say, well, I want to send some here, I want to send some here, I want to send some there. It's pretty mad. And it's a model that I really, really enjoy. And, you know, it's a model that can really scale really quickly as well. Like, that's the thing, because like when you start selling the one product in all those marketplaces, you know, it just happens really quick, and you don't have to redo the work. It's like, it's just, you make the listing, say, in English for the UK, and then it works in the US, works in Canada, works in Australia. Obviously, you do some translation for Europe, but look, that's understandable. But yeah, such a cool model.
And it's accessible to everyone. I mean, I did some research before this call. Yeah. What it actually would cost to start a traditional style business versus Amazon. So bear with me a second, and I'll explain to you like what I discovered. That if you wanted to open a McDonald's restaurant, okay, so there's a lot of people that want to do this for some reason. They want to start a McDonald's franchise business. So you buy into the McDonald's thing, and obviously you build the premises, and you have to operate exactly as McDonald's. So you have to operate under their guidelines. Everything is so systematized at McDonald's, right? And you basically buy into their franchise. Yeah. But before you even can start selling and actually making money, you actually have to have at least $1 million in net worth to start with. I think it was at least 500,000 in like actual capital available. You obviously had to have business experience, and you also had to have like an actual location for your McDonald's that fitted the whole criteria of whatever they look for. And this is all before you've even started making money. And that's kind of a big example. But even if you want to start something like a coffee shop, that's another good example. I reckon you're probably looking at 40,000 euros or whatever your currency is to actually even just open the doors of the place before you even start making any money. Amazon, though, I mean, what are the 3 things you need for an Amazon business, right? I mean, well, 4 things. I mean, you probably could start an Amazon business for less than £3,000. That's enough to get you started in all the setup fees, which there literally is none, and invest into your first products. You obviously need a Wi-Fi connection, a laptop, a mentor, and maybe some product research software. Like, that's literally it. And you can actually start making money on the world's biggest e-commerce platform without all this other stuff that you have to do otherwise.
It's so funny, Alex. Like, some of the students we're helping now, right? Like the members of Product Launch Ninja, I tried to, like, because some people talk about Amazon, like you see a lot of these people on the internet, on TikTok or on Instagram, they're all like, you know, this way to make money, you know, like without doing any work nearly. That's what they're implying, right? And I never, and I know you're the same, I don't imply there's no work in this. I did a TikTok the other day and I was like, you know, Amazon is hard. You've a lot to learn. You've a lot to figure out, especially at the beginning. And then even at that, things are changing, right? But that hardness gets a little bit easier as time goes on. And eventually you know exactly what you're doing, right? And it's just, it comes second nature. And the reality is you can start a business that can scale up really quick, as I said earlier. And as you said, without that huge investment, but you do need to make an investment. Some people think, oh, I can just, you know, get started for 0 or 100. Like, you can't really, like, you know, if you're serious about this business, it is a business, which means you have to take it seriously, which means you have to put some investment in.
Let's be honest here. There are Amazon business models that you can start for like literally a few £100s. So like what's an example? Retail arbitrage. We talked about on
Wholesale.
a previous episode. Yeah, wholesale or
Yeah.
retail arbitrage. We talked about on a previous podcast where I went and tested it. And the problem with that is, yes, you can probably get started with some spare money you have around, but is it scalable? Like the way we're talking about in the private label sense? Not really, because I had to spend so many hours of my time driving around all these stores, finding products, and then having to buy them all, and then having to package them all up and send them into Amazon. And to me, that was an absolute nightmare. And I don't know about you, anyone reading, listening, or watching this video. I'm all about creating a business that is like an asset, and it's almost like a flywheel in itself. So once it's up and running, there is almost minimal work for me to keep the thing going or grow it even further. So then I can take that money and apply it to other things or invest it into other things or even into more products to grow it even further without like the same amount of effort it would be to get going again. And the problem with retail arbitrage or wholesaling, maybe not so much wholesaling, but retail arbitrage definitely, there is a lot more manual labor involved. Whereas the way we're talking, the actual manual labor is just the research part, which you do on a laptop. So it's not really manual. Yes, like Peter said, there are upfront costs in terms of how much work is involved to start something. But I mean, once it's done, it's done. Like, I mean, you can work as much or as little as you want on this business and it will grow as fast as you want it to. So that's kind of the thing, the benefits that brought me to it anyway. I don't know about yourself, Peter.
I think it's funny too, like talking about retail arbitrage, like with retail arbitrage, you are always looking for the next product, the next opportunity. You're just continually like hunting for it. Whereas a private label, you are looking for the next product, but that doesn't mean your other product is gone. It's still selling away. It's still just, you just repeat order. And the goods get shipped straight to Amazon. So you don't actually even have to handle those orders. So once you find something that works and you establish that it works and you've completed your test, you know, you can just keep ordering that and you get to just, it becomes nearly automatic. It's something that you don't really have to think about in that sense. With retail arbitrage, it's very difficult to make you can make money at it. Don't get me wrong, you can, but like, can you make a living without putting in huge hours? Some possibly are doing it. I don't think time for buck is really that great in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
versus private label.
I think you're almost just creating yourself another job, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that have been commenting back on our TikTok videos and social media videos about what we're doing. And some of the comments I've got back of people being sick and tired of their 9 to 5 or whatever their reality is right now. They want a change. Yeah. So starting a retail arbitrage business is almost just creating yourself another job. Yes, you'll be doing what you want, but essentially you're still trapping yourself in the same little box. Whereas what we're talking about is more, you put the front loaded research in. You don't have to quit your job or anything. You can build this up like maybe on the side, working in the evenings, on the weekends for a couple of hours. Doesn't take that much. And then once you have enough funds from that, then maybe you can move away from the thing that you're not so much enjoying right now, which is what a lot of people have done, rather than just jumping ship and thinking you have to go all in on this thing straight away, which is probably one of the worst things you can do from a mindset perspective anyway.
Yeah. I definitely don't think you should go all in day one, like, because it's just going to take time between once you find your product, getting the product in and getting it selling, and then reinvesting. Like, all takes time. So it's kind of a long play, but it's a play that will compound. 6-12 months can do a lot. Definitely in this game, 18 to 24 months. That's amazing. It's funny. Just talking about, like, we have at the moment, like, we've only opened it up in the last 2-3 weeks, right? And we're still figuring out this whole process of like getting leads in and transitioning people to, come onto our training. And like, we're giving people everything. Like, we're not holding anything back really. Like, we're just basically, we're here to see people succeed. Right. And that's really exciting for us. And that, it's kind of excited me again, like, cause you're just seeing people take what you're teaching them, all our learnings over the last 6-7 years, whatever it is, and just they're applying it. And then they're getting these aha moments and they're starting to have success and realizations. And you're just so happy because you're able to help them. And it comes so natural. Like, someone asks you a question and you're like, you just know the answer. And that's such an exciting place to be for them as well, because it gives them the confidence. Because when you're starting an Amazon business like this, and I don't know, some people do it on their own, and fair play to them. I'll say that. But like, the reality is, I think I'm not saying this about myself. Like, it doesn't matter if it's me or Alex or anyone. Like, I think you need a mentor or some sort of system to follow.
With anything, though, you need a mentor.
There's no...
I mean, you could spend,
Absolutely.
let's say, for example,
Like,
Amazon, you could spend months, if not years, figuring out uh, how to start, how to find a product,
mm,
um, you know, and everything in between, and how to scale it globally. Or you could just go and speak to somebody, yes, pay them a
mm,
little bit of money, and almost take their skill set or borrow their skill set and shortcut your way to success. And that goes to for anything. Like find a mentor in anything you're doing that you want to get better at, and you will be far ahead of most people. And funny enough, it's probably a good point to transition to what we were talking about towards the start of the call about the Product Launch Ninja stuff. I mean, the free training that we've been running each week.
mm,
So every single week
yeah.
now, obviously to encourage people to join Product Launch Ninja, we wanted to put on every single week completely free training just to show people the roadmap and highlight like what products are worth selling, what products you need to avoid. Peter almost also shares his first product, which is a crazy little boring product that seems to sell ridiculously well. So that's revealed on the training. There's all sorts of
Yes.
other stuff as well in terms of like actually how to find products yourself. Like we just literally planned out the whole roadmap for you on a training call. And you can bring your questions. It's completely live. So we'll answer any questions you have about starting
Yeah.
something like this. And towards the end of the call, there is an opportunity for you to join Product Launch Ninja if it's something that you're interested in. Yeah.
Absolutely. And like it's exciting too when you're on the call and people are asking questions and you're fit to answer them. They're like it's just hitting them like, whoa, this is possible. You know, I could
Yeah.
do this. And that's pretty mad.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I
pretty
think,
mad. And then I think our game plan is like, sorry, go on, Alex.
no, carry on.
I was just saying our game plan then is like to transition people in to Product Launch Ninja, to the community, help them succeed, help them, you know, get their first product in or the next product, and just build Amazon brands, Amazon businesses with them, and use all the skills, all the knowledge we've built up over the last few years to actually, you know, help these people have success, because success is possible. And that's, yeah, that's really it. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and we're just pretty much trying to be as transparent as possible with you. Like I know there's people out there who will advertise free training and it looks on the surface like, oh my God, they're literally going to show me exactly everything I need to start an Amazon business, which to be honest with you, we show literally everything on that call about how to get started. And the opportunity at the end, which is obviously a paid opportunity to join Product Launch Ninja, is the mentorship and the community from me and Peter. And obviously all the other students are inside there. So let's say, for example, you join the course and you go through the program that we've created and you have questions along the way of like roadblocks you're facing. You can literally message me or Peter, ask us straight away, and we'll give you an answer. So you literally never faced with a challenge for not long at all, because we'll give you the answer you need straight away. So you don't have the overwhelm, you don't have the confusion, and you can always be creating momentum and moving towards the future that you want with an Amazon business.
I think as well to point out, Alex, like you're not on your own. Like I've done different things online, and sometimes you're in communities and stuff like that, and you just feel like you're on your own. You're just like, oh, I've joined now, and then it's kind of the support disappears. But we're just trying to make this like as the most supportive environment we can, using our knowledge, using our skills,
as accessible as possible.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, that's really it. So guys, if any of you are interested in joining the free training on Thursday night, 8 p.m., it's the web address, www.productlaunchninja.com/free. Just register there. You'll get an email with a Zoom link, 8 p.m. as I said. Jump on it, bring your questions, and we're happy to help you guys. You know, and the great thing about this as well is like an Amazon business for everyone is different. So for some people, they want to like leave the 9 to 5. They want to build a huge brand. For other people, they're just looking to, you know, make some money on the side. And some people are just looking to try it out. They don't really, you know, they don't have sure what their end goal is yet. And that's the thing about this business. It can be as fast or as slow, you know, as someone wants. You a complete choice. And then at the end of it, you've built something that is actually worth something that you could sell potentially.
If you wanted to.
That's actually just to mention. If you wanted to. And that's the funny thing. Myself and Alex, one thing we're actually building into this, we haven't launched it yet, but it's something I'm really excited about. And it's behind the scenes of the two of us actually building out our own brands. So we're building out some new brands, and we're going to just show people in the community, exactly what we're doing, from the product research to the marketing, to contacting the supplier, to the importing, to any problems that come up, to actually launching on Amazon, photography, and then getting the product selling and shifting and growing. That's what we're going to be sharing as well. And we're going to be looking at different plays as well off Amazon, and just overall just building a proper brand or proper brands. And we're excited to document that. So that's something, that's probably some of the things I'm most excited about, because what I've discovered is years ago, I used to do that. I used to share my journey with people, and those videos, I've heard from more than one person that those videos really inspired them. Like, that was the best. Yeah.
And me.
Alex was one of them.
Literally, that was that was the most valuable set of videos I ever watched inside that course. So just for another bit of background for you guys, me and Peter obviously met for a mutual coaching company. They had this entire course, like we do at Product Launch Ninja, that walks you through step by step of how to actually do the thing and build a business. But the most valuable thing for me was being able to watch over somebody's shoulder and almost listen to what they were saying. So like understanding what they were thinking and why they were making decisions when it came to product research, reaching out to suppliers, optimizing a listing on Amazon, everything in between. Because then I could literally just almost model them, and I could learn these principles and then apply it going forward. And I literally used to sit and watch hours of the videos that you created, Peter, of watching you find products and talk about what you thought about them and why you're thinking this, why you thought it may not be a good idea to go forward with. And that literally shortcutted my journey to my first successful product.
I think that's really it. And I think that's something that's very hard to capture. That sort of thinking is very hard to capture in a course, because it's like Amazon, it's an art. Like, there is obviously metrics that you try and follow, but at the same time, there's a times where it's like you just have to follow your gut in a way. But I think by sharing that with people, they actually hear they hear what you're thinking, and then they're able to apply that in their own business, and they can actually get into your mind in terms of how you think. And that is, I think, that's priceless. That's something. And it's actually something we try and do as well on the Monday night coaching calls as well that we do for people in the community. And it's kind of like just jumping on, doing product research. What are we thinking? And like explain it. This is the sort of thing that you just need to do over and over and over again. But eventually it sticks. You just get a bit better every day. I love when people... Sorry.
Those coaching calls, when people join those coaching calls, they can actually bring their products to the call. So we'll actually talk about their products and what we think about them. So again, we're almost like validating products on calls, which is bloody priceless as well.
Because especially if you're going to proceed with a bad product. That's worth a couple of grand, that one call. But like, the thing is, right, by doing that, you're literally... I love when people come along at the beginning and they bring all these products, and you're like, you look at the products and you're like, none of these are suitable. But you go through the list and you just literally tell people why they're not suitable, tell people why they're not suitable, tell people why they're not suitable. And as time goes on, their lists get better and better and better till all of a sudden you're like, hold on, here's a few potentials. And then, oh, that's a really good one. They just get better. And it's actually surprising how much, by doing it this way, how quickly they get better. You know what I mean? Like, we have, as I said, 2 students in the community at the moment. They went, and it's been literally 2 weeks since they joined, right? And like, both of them 100% have products now that I'd be like, do you know what? I'm pretty interested in that. That's, it's a nice market. I'd be interested in getting pricing and possibly moving forward. That's within 2 weeks. But if they didn't have the mentorship and the coaching calls and the course and just the community, they wouldn't be there right now. Like 100%. Yep. So we've accelerated their Amazon journey hugely, like.
Totally.
And that's what's pretty crazy. But guys, look here, we're going to let you go. It's a pretty long episode. It's probably the longest one we've ever done. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back probably talking more about this and kind of about what we're planning and kind of, the brands we're building and all that kind of jazz. But it's been good today.
Awesome. Enjoy it, guys. And remember, if you want to come and join us for any future free trainings that we're running, remember that is on Thursdays at 8 p.m. UK. And if you just go over to productlaunchninja.com/free, you can register, come on to the call.
Absolutely. Folks, I'll chat to you all soon, right?
Bye.